Hello! If you haven't watched Dragon Ball Daima, please go watch it. It's a really nice show. I got really impressed by it. Here I'll be talking about my experience with it. So this podcast will have a lot of spoilers. So if you don't care about spoilers, hope you enjoy it. And if you do care about spoilers, go watch the show. It's a really nice one, trust me. I also want to say that I made a script for this video. I recorded myself talking about Daima for over 1 hour. I was gonna make a video, a proper video about it, but then I realized I wouldn't have enough time to edit everything. So I changed my mind and I'm gonna try to just talk about my opinions on it and be condensed about it. Okay? So hopefully this will turn out as a good piece of content. Hopefully. Let's see what happens. So the first thing I need to say is I grew up as a Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Ball GT fan. I was watching both shows on TV all the time, and I consider myself a Dragon Ball fan. I like to play the games. I like to watch Dragon Ball Super. There's the new canonical series, right? And I was really excited for Dragon Ball Daima when I heard of it. But when I found out that Goku and his friends were gonna be turned into children again, I was like, whoa, so is Akira Toriyama trying to make a canonical Dragon Ball GT or something like that? And well, it turned out that it has a lot of GT references, so in a way, it kinda is a canonical GT. And this is not a bad thing, this is actually really good. Well, let's just talk about it from the beginning, okay? First thing I want to talk about are the opening and ending for the show. The songs Jaka-Jan and Nakama both have Akira Toriyama's name hidden in the lyrics, and that's a really nice touch. Akira Toriyama died on March 1st, 2024, and this is a small way to pay tribute to him. And this is interesting because I see this in a way that the producers and everybody involved to the show are paying tribute to Toriyama, but also saying that the feelings we have for Toriyama as fans, the mourning that we are having, they're also having, and they wanna remember him, right? Not only the songs, but also the ending, the video, the proper video of the Dragon Ball Daima ending. We see feathers coming together like a bird flying to the horizon. It's the same thing you're watching on the screen right now. And since this came out, everybody's like, oh, this is definitely a tribute to Toriyama, and I see it as a tribute to Toriyama as well. And that's why this is on the screen right now. Both songs talk about, the new adventures we're gonna see in Dragon Ball Daima, the new battles we're gonna battle, but they also say that we're gonna see silly jokes, and this is something that Toriyama liked, and that we're gonna be excited to meet someone new in the future, that we're gonna use our wings to fly full of hope, and that we will never be alone. These messages, they are so fitting to Dragon Ball Daima, but also brings these feelings that we have for Dragon Ball in general and for Toriyama. But I also see this as a way to say to the fans, hey, don't be sad, because, we lived a bunch of nice adventures. We met a lot of nice people and had fantastic battles. And all of this still lives inside of us. And Toriyama lives in his work. And his work lives in us. So he'll always be here with us. So we don't need to be sad that he's gone. We just need to keep enjoying his work and his legacy. When the anime started and showed us, Goma, showed us Degesu, Anisu, Glorio, I thought that Goma would just be, this goofy character, but at the end of the show it turned out that he became really powerful, of course, using the evil third eye, but I wasn't expecting that silly guy to be a threat that he was. After all, he made Goku turn in a transformation that canonically didn't exist till that point. And when that happens, you know that the opponent is super strong. It happened with Frieza, with Cell, with Majin Buu, and now with Goma. I like Goma's character. It's a goofy enemy, it's a goofy evil guy, but it's funny, but it also became a threat in the end, so I like this duality, Degesu, I expected more from him, to be honest. He didn't do anything. At the moment I'm recording this right now, it's Friday. The final episode will come out in like 3 hours or something to me right now. So at this point in time, I am recording without knowing how the anime ends. So I don't know if Degesu will do something in the final episode or not. I will give my opinion on the final episode in this video, don't worry. But till this moment, he didn't do anything, he was just a yes man for Goma. But like, we could see that they were friends, even though he was his servant, right? And at the end of the show, when the heroes finally arrive at Goma's palace, and Degesu reveals that he wanted to be, the new king of the Demon Realm, it kind of makes sense that like he wanted to betray Goma or something, but he's just too weak, so of course that wouldn't work. Anisu as a character, I really enjoyed her. I really enjoyed that she is like betraying Goma, but she's not doing it all by herself. She had a plan with Glorio. She had a plan to create new Majins to help her out. So like, she was a really smart villain. Again, at episode 19, she's helping the heroes, telling them that, how to remove the evil third eye from Goma. But I like her relationship with the Majins. I like how she is, evil. She did a bunch of evil stuff, like the colors for the people. But at the same time, she's like, she's almost like the mother for the Majins, and she never reprimands them. So I think that's cool, that's cute. Of course, she wants to be the ruler of the Demon Realm, but hey, she's not super evil. Like, she wanted to do some super evil things, but I don't see her as the super evil, entity or opponent. I just think she wants to, dominate everything. And that's one of the reasons why she stayed in the Demon Realm, right? If I'm not wrong, Shin says this. That her ambition led her to continue the Demon Realm. And Glorio as a character, dude, I love Glorio. Even though he was, super quiet, all the interactions he was having with the group, and he was, enjoying the battles. You could see him smiling here and there. We could see that he was evolving as a character, he was developing his character for real. And I also like how Goku always botches his name, call him Golito. He always, corrects Goku, it's Glorio. And then when he betrays Enrisu at the end of the show, that Goku says, "Oh, nice one, Gloryu," and he's like, "Wait, you finally said my name right," and Goku just, laughs about it. That's super cool, that's such a nice detail. It's just, it's something that doesn't change anything, but when it happens, it's so cute, it's so cool. I really, really like it. And even though he betrayed the heroes, everybody, just welcomes him back when he, uses his wish to make everybody turn into adults again. And that's so cool. Like, nobody was like, "Oh, why did you do that?" Everybody just understood, okay, he was supposed to betray us, but at the end, he is one of us, and that was really, really cool. At the beginning of the show, we also see Neva, and Neva, as a character, was cool. I thought he was just an asshole, to be honest, but after the heroes kind of rescue him and Namek, it's something like he knows what he's doing and he's not evil. It almost looks like he wants to have fun with them. I thought it was really weird when he gave more power to Tamagami number 2 when the guy was facing Vegeta, but I think it was just him enjoying the fight and making the fight last longer. That was cool. Like, he's a nice character. But yeah, like, so far I enjoyed everything. When the heroes are transformed into kids and they are back to Denda's temple, Goku gets his power pole back. And I think that was such a nice detail because it wasn't necessary. Like, if I'm not wrong, he never used it in Dragon Ball GT. But here was super cool. I haven't watched Dragon Ball Classic yet, to be honest. So I am not used to see Goku using the pole. But I know how nostalgic that feels to a lot of people. And to myself, I just think it's a super nice detail. And it wasn't just cosmetics, he actually used it in his adventure in the Demon Realm. And that adds a lot. It adds a lot because it's adult Goku, but doing things that kid Goku would do. And that's just super cool. When Gloryu arrives on Earth to get Goku to the Demon Realm, I thought he was being just, super, like, a villain, and he was a villain at the beginning, right? But Goku just goes with him, but Shin knows something's off, but goes with him anyways. I liked how Shin was a important character in Dragon Ball Daima. We got to know more about the Kaioshins because of him, like his race, the Glen race. We got to know that, one, they exist, right? Because we didn't know this. We got to know how they're born, and we know they're gonna get extinct because they are born from trees that do not exist anymore. I also like how Degesu and Elisu are, siblings with Shin. Even though it was just because they were born in the same tree, it adds more to the story. Like, we're not only facing these guys that we do not know, these guys that we do not know are also related to one of our best friends. There is a super powerful being and super important to the universe, but at the same time, there are our opponents. I like this. It never felt like Degesu and Elisu were gonna be, the challenges, but I like how they interact with Shin across the series too. The first 7 episodes of Dragon Ball Daima, in my opinion, they are really slow. It doesn't happen a lot of, really good stuff or super nice battles or things like that. I think. We only have 2 important ones with, you know, the group versus the Goma's police and Goku versus Blodio. But at the same time, I understand why that happened. We needed to get introduced to the new world that, you know, the adventure will take place on. We needed to get to know a little bit more of the characters and what's going on in the world. And I think they did a fantastic job with it. Because not only they introduced a new world, they introduced, technically speaking, 3, right? 3 worlds from the Demon Realm. They introduced nice characters, and even nice and new mechanics, like the insects. Right, the insects that work like the senzu beans, but that can also fuse people. And again, I'm recording this before the final episode. I have something in the back of my head saying they gonna use the insects in the final episode to have a super fusion. I want to see that, but I don't know if that's gonna happen or not. I'm gonna find out in a couple hours. And this is new and cool because we see that the senzu bean mechanic also exists in different worlds. We also get introduced to magic, and magic and ki are different things. Like the energy that Goku and his friends uses in our world is different from magic. They work the same, let's be honest, they work the same, but they are different things in the Dragon Ball universe. And the demons did not know about the ki, and we did not know about the magic. Of course, every single time that these 2 things, you know, actually battled, we won. The ki won again over magic. But, you know, Goma used a lot of magic that was really, really powerful, even draining Goku's energy with it, and that was fantastic. Because we see that it is a powerful thing. It is a really, really powerful thing, and everything that Neva did with magic in that world was also great. Like the way he blocked the tunnels that connect the worlds. It's something like it feels like something simple, but you know, it would kill Goku. Goku almost died to that magic, so this is really cool. We also get introduced on how the demons from the 3rd world are being mistreated by, you know, the king. Not their king, but the supreme king, in this case Goma, but before him, Dabura. And we see they use colors that can track them, and the police can take, you know, years of their lives if they don't pay taxes, if I'm not wrong. And this is a throwback to GT, right? Because I'm pretty sure in GT, the heroes are wanted by the police because they didn't pay their taxes. And this is not the only thing I believe Dragon Ball Daima, you know, nods to GT. We have this, we have giants, and I'm not even talking about Goma, I'm talking about the planet with giants, because in GT, again, if I'm not wrong, we have giants. I remember seeing one in the opening, but I'm pretty sure we have episodes with giants. Porunga being red, I think it's also a throwback to Dragon Ball GT, and of course, the transformation that I'm gonna talk about later. What else? In the first 7 episodes, we also see that the Demon Realm has its Dragon Balls, and they are protected by the Tamagamis. And even though it's just 3 Dragon Balls, and I believe it's only 3 because, you know, the show is only 20 episodes long, I like the idea of having the Tamagamis. It makes sense. You know, it makes sense. Never created Dragon Balls as a way to, you know, give something in return to the Namekians, but then, you know, anyone could use them, it would be a mess, so let's protect them with the Tamagamis. And no one had ever beaten them before until this point. This just shows how strong the Z Warriors are even as children. but also shows how strong the Majins are. And this is a really, really nice touch. I like the character of Pansy. I don't know if her name's like this because of Pam. I don't know if it's Pam. Pan. Pan? How did we say in Brazil? I forgot. I don't remember. It's Pan. Pan. So we have Pan and we have Pansy. I don't know if that's a reference or not. I'll say it is because, you know, it's the little girl that is part of the group. She can control magic, and I think that's cool because now I think it's not every single demon that can use magic, but she can, so she has an interesting power level if she drinks, I believe. I like King Kadan. I think he's such a nice character because he seems like he's one of us. He's a nice guy and he cares about the people and is mad on how bad people are being treated, and that's why he wants to defeat Goma. And that's so cool because, you know, it's a nice guy that lives in a terrible, terrible place that, you know, bad guys are controlling everything. I like this thing, but he's also not as powerful as them, so he needed help. I like this. I like this. And at the end of the show, when Kadan and his group rescues the heroes in the first demon world, just shows that maybe they're not as powerful in terms of magic, but they are nice warriors, and that's pretty cool. Goku vs Tamagami number 3 was the first, you know, really important thing that happened in the show, and it just shows how strong the Tamagamis are, because if I'm not wrong, Goku needed to be Super Saiyan 2 to defeat him. And it was a nice fight. Goku used the pole against Tamagami's hammer. And like, I'm not gonna talk a lot about fights because, you know, it's a Dragon Ball fight. It's hard to summarize it. It's basically, oh, a guy used this, the other one used that, blah 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 blah, someone wins. So it's better for you to watch it. And if you did watch it, you know it was a good match. It was a good battle. And it's always nice to see Kid Goku fighting again, because I grew up with Dragon Ball GT, so it's insane. And by the way, as a Brazilian, the Dragon Ball dub here is fantastic. And Dragon Ball Daima released its first 3 episodes dubbed on cinema, on theaters. And Kid Goku's voice is the same Kid Goku voice that we had in the classic Dragon Ball and also in Dragon Ball GT. The same voice actress came back for the role, and that's so cool. It's so nostalgic. I'm really excited for this dub. I am watching, of course, with captions, and but I'm still enjoying a lot. But I really want to see how the show goes dubbed too. I enjoyed how the Tamagamis also have an extra challenge to, you know, give the Dragon Balls not only a battle, also has a challenge. So Tamagami number 3 had the shell game with the Dragon Ball that Goku spots that he was technically cheating, but it wasn't actually cheating, but you know, it was. Tamagami number 2 with Vegeta had that riddle that was really funny. Like, Vegeta here in Dragon Ball Daima is a mix of fantastic fights plus funny character plus his Vegeta, you know? First things first, his Vegeta, you know? Vegeta shines a lot in Dragon Ball Daima. Of course, he's never the one that shines the most, but I am really happy with Vegeta here in Daima. And Tamagami number 1 against the Majins had like that math problem that Majin gave Majin Du the answer. And just another parenthesis here, I'm pretty sure here in Brazil they're gonna change Majin Ku's name, because Ku in Brazil means butthole, and I don't think they want Majin Butthole in the show, but who knows, right? Who knows? I also liked how they talked about the Namekians, right? So the Namekians are from the demon world, the Glens are from the demon world, and like they all escaped. They all had reasons to leave, especially with Dabura being Supreme King. Shin tells us that the universes were created by the order of a good Supreme Demon King. But I don't know how much that works, because like, he created everything, but like, Zeno-sama is still the guy on the top, right? So, who was that guy that created the universes? I'm curious about this, to be honest. I don't know how much they will elaborate this, or if they will elaborate this on Dragon Ball Super or another series, but it's nice to get to know more about the Dragon Ball universe. Of course, there's some things that they explain, for example, Dragon Ball Super. If I'm not wrong, I don't know if I made this up in my head, but the Z cells, like the midi-chlorians in Star Wars, sometimes you try to explain something that doesn't need explanation, and that makes everything bad, in my opinion. But here we're just, you know, knowing more about the lore of stuff, and that's really cool. Well, let's talk about Vegeta, right? Vegeta was able to shine a lot in Dragon Ball Daima. Against Tamagami number 2, we finally saw Vegeta as a Super Saiyan 3. As a Dragon Ball fan, that was insane, because, my god, it's Vegeta Super Saiyan number 3. It's that's insane. It was cool to see him finally achieving this power level, and maybe, just maybe, getting on the same level as Goku, right? It was cool, but he was still a little kid. So, like, it finally happened, but it's finally canonical, because Dragon Ball Daima is canonical. But it was him as a kid. But then on the final fight, he turns into, when he's an adult again, he turns into Super Saiyan 3 again. This is so magical. And of course, Goku turns into Super Saiyan 4 at the end of the show. And that was magical as well. But seeing Vegeta Super Saiyan number 3 for the first time blew my mind. It just blew my mind. Because it was something that I never thought would happen. Like, Super Saiyan 4 could have happened in Dragon Ball Super. You know, there was a... In the back of my head, there's still a little possibility of that happening at some way, shape or form. But they did here, which is really cool. But Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta was something that, if I'm not wrong, only happened in Super Dragon Ball Heroes. There's also not canonical. Seeing this finally happening was so cool. Even Goku was impressed. His fight against Tamagami number 2. Yeah, number 2. And Goku was watching him fighting the Super Saiyan 3 against Goma as well. And, you know, I felt super happy, super proud that one of my favorite characters ever finally reached a power level that we as fans wanted him to achieve so long ago. It was really, really cool. Awesome. Awesome. The Majins, oh boy, the Majins, like Majin Ku and Majin Du. They are so Majin Buu, you know what I mean? Like they're innocent, they're goofy, but they're super strong, and I really like this. Majin Ku, of course, being the first one that was born, he failed to defeat Tamagami number 1. But I really like how he interacts with Oniritsu. Like, he's trying to prove that he is worth of something still, that he can be useful, that he can, you know, do groceries. Later on, he searches for the evil third eye in Oniritsu's book to help her out. He goes and buys chocolate for him and Majin Du. It's such a nice character, because you know, okay, he's not as powerful as Du, but still a Majin, but he's a nice guy. Like Majin Du. Majin Du looks a lot like the original Majin Buu and Super Buu in a way. Cause like it's super powerful. He wants to fight a lot, but still super hungry for Gandhi. When he's fighting alongside Goku against Goma, and Goku turns into Super Saiyan 3. He also like changes his head to be like Super Saiyan 3, and that's so funny. But you can also see that okay, he's powering up too, you know. I really like how the Majins interact with Oniritsu. They feel like a family, and I think they will be a nice family at the end of the show. You know, it's the type of character that you enjoy, like Hybus. And like Hybus, is Hybus or Ibis? I don't remember. I think it's Hybus, right? King Kadon's friend that, you know, goes and get Vegeta, Bulma, and Piccolo to the Demon Realm. That character, it's, you know, it's 50-50. You either love him or hate him. And I kinda like the guy. You know, it's the guy that is so, I don't know if he's innocent or if he's dumb, but he just doesn't know how important and serious everything that is going around him, happening around him, actually is. But you know, his goofiness is just amazing. You know, when the girl offers a kiss to get this belt with the evil third eye, and he just goes, "I'll rather have your hat," and gets the hat and, you know, keeps using it. That's so cool. It's so funny. It's so funny. It's not that he's not taking everything seriously. I think he just doesn't understand what's going on, and I liked it. But I also can understand if you hate him, because, you know, even Mr. Satan could understand what was going on around him. Maybe not 100% because of the pew pew pew, but, you know, I think he understood that the universe was in danger against Majin Buu, you know what I mean? So the evil third eye made Goma so freaking powerful. Like, I knew it was gonna make him super strong, but not that strong. Like, dude was stronger than everybody fighting together, you know? It's crazy how powerful that guy was. I, again, haven't watched the final episode yet. I don't know how he's gonna be defeated. But I'm really impressed, because not only he fought everybody together, he fought our heroes in power levels that were not a thing before. It's insane. And I imagine that I don't know if Dragon Ball, Super Dragon Ball Heroes still exist, but I think they will definitely use this in a different saga if they still, making the series, because if a nobody like Goma, because he looked like nobody. Shin, if I'm not wrong, the beginning of the series said that we couldn't underestimate him, but we didn't see him doing anything. And I assume he was weaker than Dabura. And, Dabura was strong, but not super strong. So I imagine what would happen if, I don't know, Kid Buu had the evil third eye or something, you know what I mean? That would be really, really interesting to see. And it's also nice to see how it wasn't Babidi who created Majin Buu, it was Marba, if I'm not wrong, that's her name. I thought that Babidi was, this crazy mage that could, invent life, but apparently he just asked her to create Majin Buu. That's cool, it's more lore. I think it just makes Babidi as a character a little weaker than he was before, but I think it doesn't damage him or anything like that. It's just, I thought he was more than he actually was, you know what I mean? Now I'm gonna talk about, what blew everybody's head off. Super Saiyan 4. I had no idea that was actually Super Saiyan 4. I thought they were gonna call it something else, and just the design was from Super Saiyan 4, but in the Dragon Ball website, they announced a new figure, and they called it Super Saiyan 4. So it is. It happened. It's canonical. Super Saiyan 4 is finally canonical. They changed the design a little bit. The hands are bigger. I didn't like the hands. I didn't like how the body head doesn't, cover his arm fully. I prefer the black hair, black eyebrows. But I can't deny how magical that was. That was insane. Goku achieved that level after Neva helped him to unlock his potential or something like that. Maybe it was the same thing that happened with Krillin and Gohan and Namek and the Frieza saga. Or it was just Neva just giving him more energy and being like, yo, everybody wants to see this, let's go. I don't know. It felt insanely cool. Like, I felt like a kid again watching Dragon Ball GT. And, it's just insane. It's insane. It's hard to describe. To see something that you like so much finally being, actually part of the universe you're watching. And I felt so happy. I felt so happy that he was beating Goma up. And I was really surprised on how Goma actually was able to defeat him. It's like to suck the energy from him. That was insane. That just shows how powerful Goma is. But again, when Goku was, buying some time, like he did against Majin Buu, but this time with Goma, showing all the transformations as an adult, and he turns into Super Saiyan 4 again, and we see Super Saiyan 4 adult form again after so many years. That felt insane, and that's how the 19th episode ended. I am right now going to edit what I just said, and then I'll wait for the final episode to come out. I'll watch it, and then I will record my final thoughts on the show after watching the final episode. So see you in a couple seconds. So I just finished the final episode and hype. It was a nice fight. Super Saiyan 4 is amazing, even here in Daima. It was insanely good to see Goku going all out and, taking this fight super seriously with Goma. He did a lot of damage to him, but at the end of the day, the third eye is just too strong. A Kamehameha opened a hole in his body, but the third eye actually was able to heal it. Piccolo failed to hit him 3 times on the back of the head, and when everything was lost, Majin actually hit Goma 3 times on the back of the head with the magic book and removed the evil third eye. Goma was defeated. He got locked with Degasu in a jaw. I don't remember how it's called as the technique that I think Master Roshi uses, right? Or it's Piccolo. Well, I think both of them that can trap people in jars. It was basically the same thing. I don't remember the name of. And because Majin was the one who defeated Goma, technically speaking, he became the new king of the Demon Realm. And invited Enrisu, Majin Buu, King Kadan, Neva, Marba to be ministers. And now they're gonna rule the realm. And it's really cool how he defeats Goma, and for 1 second he's like, why can't I, finish anything? Why can't people like me? But then everybody congratulates him for actually beating Goma, and even Enrisu is proud of him, which is really nice, really, really nice. And he invites people to be part of his ring. Like, Enrisu is not entirely bad. Glorio has a good heart. Kadan cares about the people, so he recruits everybody. And then the heroes are going home. We see Vegeta and Goku talking about the transformations. Vegeta calls his Super Saiyan 3 the Ultra Vegeta 1, just to be different. Goku calls his transformation Super Saiyan 4, and he said that because Buu was so strong, he kept on training, but he wasn't sure if that would work, and it worked. So I think Neva just gave him a boost, but he had the transformation. And this can be bad to the canon of Dragon Ball Super, because if they knew how to transform into Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta, right? And Goku to Super Saiyan 4, why didn't they use these transformations on Dragon Ball Super? We have 2 ways to take this thing. One, it damages Super because it doesn't make any sense. Or we can do what I am trying to do since I saw Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta. Just enjoy the moment, just enjoy what happened, and just be happy for what happened, because, we always wanted to see this and it finally happened. So we should not care about the canon, we should just enjoy the moment, instead of trying to enjoy this with your head, try to enjoy it with your heart, because it doesn't make sense to Dragon Ball Super, but damn, that was good, that was so good. And I'm super, super happy I actually watched this show. The show has a post-credit scene where everybody goes back to the tea shop because Goku wants to buy more insects, and they find out that the evil third eye was one of the items of that shop, and that the woman that used to have 3 and only sold 1 because it was too powerful and expensive. So that there are other 2 evil eyes there. They don't show what they did with them, but probably they bought them to destroy them, because after the fight, Glorio actually destroyed the eye that Goma was using. It's a really nice ending. The Demon Realm is now linked together. Goku's Kamehameha was so powerful that, destroyed the barriers of the three worlds. And because of it, the air is not super heavy in the third world anymore. So everybody's happy. I myself didn't spot any references to Toriyama in this episode, but who knows, maybe I missed some. Then Piccolo didn't want to stay there with Neva, but then they said that he was going to contact the other Namekians to see if they wanted to, go back to their home planet. And this is so cool because still, links our world to the world of Daima. Still, this is really, really nice. I really like what they did. I call this video / podcast a two-way love letter because, with everything that happened, it's clear that Toriyama and everybody involved wanted to give to the fans what they always wanted. New transformations, making the transformations canon. And, now everything that we grow up with in Dragon Ball is now canon. Now, this is the most important things, right? The Super Saiyan 4 and the desire that we had to see Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta. But at the same time, with all the tributes and all the feelings we have watching this, like, we are not super happy to see Super Saiyan 4 Goku just because it's nostalgic. It's a lot of feelings of, man, okay, it is nostalgic, but it's so cool, it's so insane, it's magical. The only word I can find to describe this is magical. And we only have these feelings because this series is so important to us. We love it so much, and we love Akira Toriyama's work. So they made this to be so powerful to us, but our reaction, our feelings, is also a way to answer this, to give it back to them. So Daima was a love letter from Toriyama to the fans, but Daima is a love letter to Toriyama as well, that will always live in his work, in his legacy, and in our hearts. I really hope you enjoyed the video. It's the first time I make a video like this, so I do hope it was good for you. My name is Zeen. I like to stream on twitch.tv/DTomZeen. I like to play hard and retro games, so basically anything that is nice to play, I like to play. I am planning to make more videos for YouTube, and again, I had a script for this video where I was gonna talk about every single episode of Daima, but then I figured it was just too long and I wanted to do something more condensed. And hey, this video is also long, so yeah, maybe I failed this task, but I'm happy I kept the topic and made a video about it because Daima was a fantastic experience to me. Please share your thoughts about the video, about the series in the comments, and hey, if you enjoyed the content, feel free to subscribe here on YouTube, to follow me on Twitch, and to give me a like. That will help a lot the channel, and it's really important to me to know what you think about it. This video doesn't have a lot of editing. I'm not even cutting my audio that much. I'm just, talking to my microphone, so it's not the best thing I can do, but I'm enjoying this. It's a simple way to make the content I want to make, so I enjoyed making this video, and hopefully you enjoyed watching. Thank you so much, and see you next time. Bye bye.